Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Iwing Marketplace Chit Chat, where we give the opportunities for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do, so we can learn from them and we can support them as well. Today, we are with Hilaire Aben, who is a tech guru. He's been doing an amazing job in Cameroon, training young people on different tech careers. Today, he's going to be with us, to share a lot of vital information that would help us, to choose a career path. Thanks for joining us, Hilaire.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm happy to be here. Can you hear me right?
Perfect. Everything is perfect. Yeah. So, Casitech Group, man, that's a fantastic organization you came out with. Can you tell me more about yourself and the vision of Casitech as a whole, Casitech
Yeah,
Group as a whole?
sure. I came. I was born in Cameroon. Of course, as you've seen, my name is Hilaire Aben, and I had the opportunity to travel abroad to study computer engineering in Texas. After 15 years, you know how most of us have these dreams. I went back home to create value through technology in cloud. When I got back home, I saw a gap. I saw a gap in term, a lot of gaps, but one of the ones that stuck with me was the talent. If you are, one of my aim was to serve Cameroonians and create value Africa as a whole. And when I saw that gap, I tried to fix that gap. And so Casitech as a startup, in fixing that gap, I created this startup. It became something else. It moved from cloud into building applications worldwide. And that's what we've been doing in the last 6 years. In Casitech Group, we transform young people in Cameroon and then we use them to create value through
Wow,
tech. Yeah.
that's amazing. When you made mention of that gap, which gap are you talking about?
It's just seeing all these brilliant young people across Africa. I think I should also add that I've done training in 9 African countries. The one thing you see is the way that they are trained in technology and the mindset that they have in technology, and the lack of the fact that with all the resources we have in Africa, they are so dependent on foreigners. We are like consumers in our own country. That was the gap. There are so many ways you could solve that gap. So looking at this great group of talent, I came up with a methodology I call the modern workforce methodology. It starts with a concept where everybody already has a skill in them. Your best effort as any formator or a coach is to find out what somebody's skill is by providing the right environment. So whether you're an employer, you want to make sure that an employee has the right environment. And once you find the right environment, you bring out what is in them. And when they know what is in them, you now show them all these different areas in tech as a buffet, and then they'll choose the best one for themselves. But that was a gap we saw, and that was the solution that we created, and that is the solution that has fueled Casitech as a startup in Cameroon.
That's amazing. That is amazing. This is what we really need at the moment. We have so many young people graduating from university, and they need to get in the workforce. I've been opportune to travel around Asia, and even here in New York, the government spent a lot of money for capacity building. Training people on different IT programs that they can, go into. And back in most African countries, that is really what is missing. And for you to fill that gap, man, kudos to you.
Thank you, thank you. It's been fun. I can tell you. That's really some of the things that I believe personally in my own personal life to do is to serve and drive impact. And just like you said, you traveled. I had the same. I had the same. Very few people. I always say this: when you're in the US, all of us come from Africa, but for a US company to put you on a plane to go do work for them as an expert in different countries, not just African countries, like in my case, in Asia, like you said, I've done Thailand and Singapore. I saw a lot. I saw a lot in the way organizations select, the way their culture, and some of those things that we don't have. Of course, it's not copy and paste. It's copy and localized. We can talk about that some other time. So when you travel, that exposure helps a lot. You feel the need to do something to bring something. Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about Caasitech Academy. There's a tech startup, or how do you call the program?
Yeah, it is very interesting. So the startup is called Casitech Group, but you know Microsoft has Microsoft Academy, Google has Google Academy. So, but in our own nature, Casitech Academy is the training arm of the startup, and we are not fully yet a startup because we are, of course, when you train somebody, they become a learner, and they have to learn. In my case, 3 to 5 years to be ready. But after 2 years, they can start doing 1 or 2 things in tech. So you use that to build value. So Casitech Academy is that division in Casitech Group, that startup where it's the entry. That's how we bring people. Every single person, partner, or contributor in Casitech has to go through the academy because we are looking for a particular mindset. We are trying to fill that gap that we just talked about. So we are trying to help you, transform you into a different mindset, help to show you all your values, trait, your personality, the things, the way you like to learn, the way you like to think, whether you have the ability to collaborate, the way you critically think. I want to say that. And when we give you all of that, there are different things in tech. You know, in my case, and I think we can talk about this at the end, we start giving you areas in tech to practice your skills, learn by doing. And this whole formation, this whole process is what we are calling Tech Start. And I think I'm just introducing something to you there, but that is Casitech Academy. Is where all that training, there are so many trainings going on there, but the number one training is the orientation, the identification. Very important.
Can you give me like how the process, how does it work? You know, the orientation and, you know, like for someone, take for example, right now, let's put myself like an example, right? I want to join the orientation, right? How does that work?
Yeah, so that you can be very perfect, right? And don't say yourself, because I know you are well accomplished and an adult, but we look at young people, adults, all the way to PhD. But when they come in, they have 3 months where that 3 months is observation. We literally start introducing you to concepts that we know you cannot find in any school. I've even heard that the Cali University has growth mindset, but we do growth mindset, learning mindset. We do training to try to coach you to learn about the way you were set up from your childhood to the point in which you are. That is very, very sensitive. But that is the orientation. In those 3 months, we are observing. Based on the results of those 3 months, we are going to evaluate you and put you now on a path, a career path based on that observation. This now takes another 6 to 8 months. This 6 to 8 months is us now trying to form you in such a way that there are 2 parts here. You can learn a part, you can show promise in a particular part, you go continue in college, you can fall bush, or we can integrate you into Casitech. That word is integration. So this is our part. This is the part of Casitech. Well, I can give you all the secrets, but let's talk about Tech Start. So, in a 1 year period, I can tell you that we have a very systemized and standardized process that has not really changed since 2019 to transform you into somebody that can build technology without a dependency mindset, with a resilient mindset. And you know where you are, you know where you're not, and you know how to collaborate and all of that. That's what we're doing.
So you mentioned build technology for someone like me, right? What am I going to be building?
Yeah, so the solution. So let's say we think of any solution. In your case, you may say you want to build a platform where people can do marketing, just like Facebook has done, attract. Okay, how do
Iwing
you start to do
Marketplace.
that? Yes, let's put that on an app. Let's make your platform an app. How do you conceptualize that? We're starting all the way from product idea, conceptualization, design, build, develop, deploy, and then operate. So you will see that full life cycle. I think everybody in Casitech have seen that at least 3 times because we have 6 apps now. So even if you're 1 year old, you'll see that process. But that's what we do as a company. But those skills that you've acquired, I know you didn't ask this question. You can also work anywhere in the world. That's another thing I should stress about this question. We train to world standard, not to Cameroon standard. There's a big difference. The average Cameroonian universities are still teaching Fortran, C#, right? Programming language that nobody needs. If you go to the job market, it's Python. So, but anyway, we train to standards. So how can somebody like you benefit? You'll be transformed to be competent to build a product or work in any tech company or in any tech service, even in something we call tech business. We have all those different buffets of training. We actually see in Casitech that our goal is to empower you to the best of your ability, and 100%. Maybe you can give us 80% back. That's literally what we see in Casitech. That's what we are looking for. Give us something back when you become great and successful.
So what are the methods that you use for the training, and is it like 100% online?
No. The only online we do is in the USA. We are just starting this summer, by the way, first time. But in Africa, we don't have any online training, and we vehemently, and I don't want to speak for other people, but if someone in Africa tells you they are training online, you should put a big question mark. There's a lot of reason why that cannot be successful. But we do all our training on site.
Wow. So how can I enroll, or like for people back home who want to do the face-to-face training, how can they enroll?
Yeah. No, actually, we are going to be launching some programs. So the way we do our program is different from the text that we'll talk about in the next session.
Right.
We have like training on web development, and anything I say here, we do it differently. So if you think web development, you think building websites. When you go to Caasitech, you will hear something like PWA. So we have training on mobile development, web development, UX UI design. That is my recruitment channel. We call them PET, pre-employment training, because the way you perform in those training, you're entering a startup.
Right.
I have to say this because I've said this over before. I don't know why I didn't say this before. If after those 3 months that you come, we start paying you for the rest of your training.
Wow.
You have 3 months. Some people, they are so good, within 3 weeks we start paying them. But I think now the average person will say 1 month. Within 1 month, if you show interest, you know how you've gone to school, you have a master's in data science, and you think
Right.
you've made it. When you come to Casitech, the first thing is to show you your gap, so that you don't think we are trying to use you or something. Because you know how Africans think. You have to show
Right.
them, can you deliver? If you know something, you deliver. Now, tech is not one of those places where you can speak with your mouth and show degrees. You just take a computer and you show us what you can do. If you can show us what you can do, then we show you this is how we can help you. And if you commit to that, of course, we'll compensate you for the time, because we have already seen promise with you. That's why we're developing. So what is the method? The method is that we send out these training programs. People enroll. In the past, it was free. Now you have to pay. You pay after 3 months. The way you perform in those trainings, we are going to make you an offer, a learner contract. That's how I call it, a learner contract. And once you see that contract, there are so many companies. There are people that have left us with those 3 months even, and they became great in their company. I have so many examples to give you. So it's a choice. You can either continue with us for another 1 year, or you can go out there and get a very great job. You go anywhere, we know that the way you talk, the way you think, just in that 3 months will be most different, like 80% of wherever you find in Cameroon. I can guarantee that.
Wow. So to get this correct, right? This 3-month program, how is it called again?
PET, pre-employment training.
Pre-employment training. And this is done in Cameroon only.
On site and in Lagos, Nigeria. We have
in
it
Lagos,
in
Nigeria.
Cameroon and in Lagos. Yes.
Perfect. And for young Cameroonians or people who
are definitely any age, but of course in Cameroon you have to be above the age of 18, the age of 18. And I will say something, I'll throw something here because it's you. We are encouraging any girl that has ever wondered whether they can do technology, they should come to Casitech and experience magic. That's literally what I call it. I know I'm part of the coaches, but we see transformation and it's magical. It's nothing that I could have done. We are just vessels working in a vineyard. These people come here, and again, the modern workforce methodology, when you provide the right environment, they become super great. And this is what we have mastered over 5 years to bring to the US in the form of textile. But yes, I'm encouraging girls and boys. But for the girls, we will try to accommodate. If you can make it to Yaoundé, you have an uncle, you have an auntie, I'm asking you to apply on Caasitech Academy. You should wait. Madame Yvette is going to be launching this PET program that will start July, August, I think by the end of May. I don't want to announce what she's doing. That's not my thing. I'm the CEO, but people, you have dedication.
It start by the end of May, and
Yes.
for you
So
the program is face to face. So you
yeah,
have to come to Yaoundé and stay for
you
3
have to be on
months.
site. Yes, for 3
So the
months.
classes are every day or like
No, I don't know all the programs, but I know that training is it gives people the room to do what they were doing in their life. So I think it's Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
nice.
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And we are taking 2 hours of your time in each of those days. But I'm just going to say this preemptively, but there's a lot of work you do. That time is the facing time with your coaches where they are coaching you on what to do. But when you go home, I don't think you'll sleep. You have at least 6 hours a week of like very intensive work to do just to catch up. Like something to read, something to give feedback. We even teach you how to write email. I know you may laugh at this. Do you know how many Cameroonians don't know how, or Africans don't know how to write email?
basic CV
Yes.
or curriculum vitae. A lot of people don't know how to draft one. So this is a very vital program. And I was going to ask, what are the requirements for young Cameroonians, based in Boya or Yaoundé who want to join this program? What are the requirements? I know something like having a laptop must be one of the most important.
Thank you. You must have a laptop. You want to have this willingness to learn. One of my major requirements, and I don't want to say I'll give everybody a laptop, is actually, do you have somewhere to stay in Yaoundé, right? I think that has become so important for us now. The laptop, of course, is foundational. I don't know how you do tech without laptop, but the laptop, a place to stay in Yaoundé, and you must have at least advanced level certificate. Now, with that said, if I see a Form 5 kid that left school, financial problem, but they have gone and self-learned Python or something in technology, we'll take them, right? I don't want to make the advanced level. It's a big thing for us because of critical thinking in Cameroon. But anybody that has promise, that self-learn, they left school in class 7, but you know some of those people will take them. Yeah.
Right. So after the 3 months, they come out. What are the skills that they're gonna get, and how is it gonna benefit them? You did mention that, but I want you to repeat.
Thank you. After 3 months, one thing that I can tell you, whether they have it there or not, is that a new world will have opened to them in the way they think. The growth mindset and learning mindset, I think that is magical. You doing so many exercises in the last 2 months to discover who you are is also magical. So some people go through so many transformations. They start going back to attack family members that traumatize them. Some want to stay with us. I'm telling you the truth. We start seeing conflict in their ecosystem, from their background. I don't know if this is a question you asked, but I have to tell you the truth because I've seen this consistently. And then when we see that, remember, we are doing our own evaluation to see whether you can be part of Casitech.
Right.
We give you a contract right there with a compensation, 60, 70, some people 80. Their first contract is 80,000 based on their skill set. We start paying you and we tell you the part that you're going to learn. We put you directly onto live project. We have 6 apps that are live, and we have other like 6 apps that we are developing. So you are definitely going to work on a production project based on the skill set, whether you're a designer, you're a developer, you're an architect. So you are going to have your pathway defined for you. And then when you're about to go into hell, an intensive way of learning that no school in Cameroon can match. That's what happens.
This is amazing, guys. Please, if you're watching this, make sure you share this information to family members and those abroad. We have the opportunity to have 24 hours internet. We are the one to coach our younger people back home to take advantage of this wonderful initiative our brother Hilaire Aben is doing back home, because we are here to transform lives. Gone are the days where we'll say, oh, Indians are dominating the IT world. We also have the internet now. We have all the information, right? What we need now is the mindset, people that are ready to learn, like Aben said, people that are willing to transform their life. And we can also do that by coaching to our young ones out there to take this serious and share the information with them. So we've talked about the programs in Cameroon, right? I would like us to, talk more about the programs for people who are in the US. How can they take part in all this wonderful initiative you have going on?
Thank you. So in the US, we are not going to train you on mobile development, web development. We have a magical training. We call it TechStart. It's a discovery training, right? A discovery program that can help you if you're interested in tech. If you have ever thought about doing technology, even if you're not interested in tech, I also encourage you to join. We are bringing this program for the first time this summer, June and July, same days, Tuesdays to Thursdays. We have a track for the young people. We call it the youth track, and anybody below 21 and anybody above 21. We have different tracks, adults and youth. Our goal in this program is what, Ivan, we truly want to bring what we have seen as a result of our efforts, our experiments, our trial and errors in Cameroon and across Africa in the last 5 years. We are bringing it to any African immigrant in the US to help them identify the career that can fit their personality. We think this is a big problem because of the results we've been seeing. African immigrants in the US, if you go to high school, they are the smartest. You check around your community, you go everywhere from New York to Houston, whether it's Ghanaian, Cameroonian, Equatorial Guinea. I just met a young man from Equatorial Guinea. Oh, I wish I could tell you about him. But these are all smart kids. But you see that all this smartness ends in either high school or college. In the workforce, we don't see the brilliance of the African immigrant. They are all in some workforce and they make a lot of money. You and I know. So how do we, if I have this passion, this Pan-African vision of saying African technology should be respected worldwide, TechStart is the program that can help a parent help guide their young kid, an adult that is working a job that they don't feel fulfilled, to come discover which tech career they can join in. Because I tell you, if there's any job you are not feeling fulfilled, there's something in tech for you. Tech is driving the workforce, and this summer we want to bring a program that can help you identify which tech career fits your personality and fits your nature.
So there was a boom in Scrum Master, and I know so many people benefited from that. They worked at Scrum Masters for several years, and it appears things are shrinking now. So a good number of our people or Africans in the diaspora are very knowledgeable now because of Scrum Master. Is there a way that these people can benefit from the program you're offering in the US?
I think especially those people who have done something in tech, like you said, the Scrum Master, they are the prime people to do TechStart, and I'll explain why. If you go and talk to them, there are two things you will see. They did it for motivations that are justified, because you cannot justify somebody's motivation, maybe to pay their salary, to make extra income, or maybe they were in a job that they did not like. But you see, Scrum Master falls in a category in tech that we call collaborative strategies. That is what you find in TechStart. They fall under a persona called collaborative strategies. You see a lot of people that are analytical doing Scrum Master. Before they talk to me, I know they're signed up, and I know I cannot convince them not to do the Scrum Master, but I know they'll burn out. Not because they are dumb, not because their motivations are wrong. I mean, people want to feed their family and pay mortgage, but because that is not their nature. Like, nature will catch up to you. It can catch up to you 5 years when you start, or 10 years when you start. So you cannot be a collaborative strategist. So you cannot come to TechStart. I see you as an analytical person, and you are working in a role that is collaborative strategy in tech. It's just a matter of time. And let me say something about a boom and then a drop. Those who are working as Scrum Master that fits their career, nobody in the world fires them. Because Scrum Master is just agile. That whole cluster means somebody that can guide people and make sure that they do their tasks. See, it's a concept. It's not a role. When you go to these job careers in the US, you get a name, a role, and a level, and a department. These are the kind of orientation we do in the adult. The workforce culture in the US, especially in the tech space. You know, when I went to, I came back from Singapore, my manager said, now you're level 13. 19 Cameroonians, or 90% of Cameroonians are working tech. If I say I'm a level 13, what does it mean? They will not know it's an international.
I don't even know
what that means. Level 13 is like, it's a ranking, right? You lead from analyst, lead, supervisor, manager, senior manager, director. We have levels on that in tech. This is in the US Department of Labor. So this kind of coaching to understand how corporate America is set up, we do that in TechStart. So you have just said Scrum Master. There cannot be any drop if you have skill. You have worked in so many places. You've talked to so many people. When you are good at what you do, a company will find a way to do you. I have a friend of mine that he's a collaborative strategist. He started as a Scrum Master. They have made him now a PM in a bigger job. The first thing that he was doing as a Scrum Master is in Dallas. He's going to be laughing that I'm telling this. He was a PM. He was a Scrum Master for like
that means project manager, you mean?
Yes. Good. So he was a Scrum Master for a 600,000 project. The way, because of his nature, this is somebody that has done so many things in leadership. Because of his leadership characters that we've been seeing since Bishogan, he's now a PM for a 1.2 million project. When he tells me the story, I laugh, but he does not know what I'm seeing, and my brain is going into our framework. You are a collaborative strategist. A company will never fire you. And this is the message, but Ivan, I wish you could give me more time to talk more about this.
Well, we can talk. We still have more time.
Yeah, every single tech career in the US, and this is our message to the immigrants. You can be transformed. If you're already in tech, we can make you better. We even have sustainability index. What does that mean? How long can you commit to this? How long can you last? It's not me that is saying it. It's the metrics. It's the algorithm. It can assess you based on your answers, except you lie when you're answering the question, except you don't pay attention when you're getting the orientation. When you get the orientation, you answer the question, it can tell you. I'm telling you, it's not AI. This is not AI. This is proprietary. It can tell you whether you will last in this career for 10 years or not. And it will give you the reasons why you may last or may not last. And it has such encouraging words. It's always positive. But if you read between the lines, it's telling you that, my man, don't do this. Young girl, don't do that. So we do all of that in Techstars. And most of this stuff is on our website. You can go to our website today and take a free test. You'll get some preliminary result. Of course, if you want to see the full thing, you have to pay for it. But at least when I was thinking about Africa, I always said, people always complain about money. Let's give them something for free. So we have something free on CasitechAcademy.com that can begin to talk to you. Begin to talk to you. But it's so powerful because it's 15 questions. The whole program is 3 weeks. The on-demand assessment is there. But I do one adults and youth. And we can talk about the youth, but I like this Scrum Master thing. It's collaborative strategies.
So for people in the US that want to join this Caasitech orientation program, right? What are the procedures?
Yeah, these are the first thing. First of all, is that they should go now on our website and register. I mean, I'm even telling people that have not yet made up their mind to preserve their seats. I was talking to one of my sisters yesterday that she's interested. All her kids are there. She said, "You said 100 seats. This thing is almost full." I said, "Yes." As from the 15th of May, we'll start sending out communication that sign up fast, right? Because I learned something from in Africa, in Nigeria, Starlink. When you use MTN, your internet will go on and off, but you are paying for your bundle. But when you use Starlink, when they are at maximum capacity, nobody else can sign up. If a neighbor of mine cannot get Starlink, I learned that a lot, and I've always applied it. We have a capacity that we are targeting. I'm asking everybody to go to the website, because beyond that capacity, we will not have the ability to do one-on-one coaching. We will not have the ability to do your career roadmap for the adult. The team will become overwhelmed. Guess what? You start giving people subpar products. So anybody that is listening to me that has a young person in high school, middle school in the US, or have a friend that is working in tech or a nurse, please, they should go now and sign up in CasitechAcademy.com. If they have any problem, they should contact Ivan, they should contact me. I'll fix it for them. But I want you to secure your spot for those of you that are in the US. So yes, thanks, Bob.
Wow. This is very, very good information. And I'm really happy that you're doing this. I mean, there are so many people that are going to watch this movie, and you've been talking about the orientation program, the other programming that is being offered in Cameroon. What are the success rate you've gotten so far, when it comes to the program in Cameroon?
So Madame Evedi is like the boss. Me, I'm entrepreneur. That's another thing. We'll talk about that some other time. My success rate is 44%. But in terms of those who have stayed in the program for 2 years, it's almost 80 plus, right? In retention. But from the people that we bring in, and I can say anything I want to say here, but it's us working every day to improve. Africa is not an easy place to transform somebody's mindset. I know you have done stuff in Africa, so I don't need to explain that. But for those listening, we have like a 39 to 44% success rate in converting people into our program. But remember, I don't have the statistics on those who have gone to Europe that have gone to the Philippines, which I know that are still doing what we train them. Those who have gone to England, we have a young man in Ireland doing so well. So we don't put that in our numbers. So that's why we're at 44%. But for those who have stayed for more than 2 years, we have like an 80% retention rate. So I'm very proud of the program. Look, bro, I want to say something. I will not ever push anything. Anybody that knows me, that I'm talking to you after 6 years, even.
Right.
If I wanted to sell this program and promote it everywhere, in year one, I would have come to. We know each other way from where. You have this platform, and I'm talking to you after 6. Did you not contact me 4 years ago?
I did.
And I said, I have nothing to say. Remember, I was building a waste management product. So I will not come here and talk to people when I'm not ready. If I'm excited to talk to you, passionate to talk to you, it's because I have something that can benefit our people across Africa. So that's why I'm here.
That's a very important point you've made. You know, I'm really proud of you. I haven't said that enough. You know, just studying in the US and, you know, deciding to go back home and impact our community. I mean, that's a high level of selflessness and the love for Africans and for mankind.
A lot of sacrifices, bro. Yeah,
so what inspired you to do all of this?
My inspiration is my dad, man. You know, I carry him in the watch. If you ask me about this watch, my dad always, my parents. When I say my dad, every time I see my mom, she's glowing. My parents, my mom is a teacher. She's a technical teacher. So just imagine, my dad is like Kali school, church, but both of them. So my dad is instilling service. My mom is telling you have to do something with your hand. I know how to cook. I'm not joking, not because I wanted to, because my mom was that practical, right? And she wanted my brother, because I was in Bishogan, a school that we write GC Advanced. My brother was a CKC. So all of them coming together, they push this technical part. So even as a Bishogan person, I was forced to be exposed to computer at an early age and an early time, like in Form 3, 1997. So, but the passion that drives me up to today is my dad, and he's done it to all of us. When I see my sisters yesterday, this service, this attitude of service, selfless service, where you think every day you hear the word that the greatest way to be happy is to serve the person next to you, is to serve your neighbor. This was the message that was driven into me from the age of 0 to 14. That's why I wanted to become a priest, because that's all I knew. All I knew was every time I'm there, all the people in Muyuka, I always want to help, because you come home, he's reminding you of it. Like, he even has an accountability. What did you do today to help someone? Those type of things my dad used to do, man. That's the gift and the curse. That's why I'm here. So that's the passion. And for me now, it's just having been blessed, coming from Cameroon, working in 13 countries, working in rooms where there are no Africans, knowing that I'm not the only one, looking at the continent, looking at the disrespect of all these people that are working in tech from Africa. People smile at them in the office. They think they have respect. You need to be at the level that we've worked on. I've been in the senior manager level, which is like below director. Most of the times, you see, I don't want to call it racism, but I've never gone to director because I'm a contractor most time, not an employee. But they always give me this high role, so my visibility is wide in some of these corporations, and I've worked in 6 Fortune 100 companies. I always know that the African tech person, just like in everything else, if you bring a doctor here, if you bring a engineer here, they may say the same. We don't earn the respect in a room.
Right.
If an Indian is talking tech now, you can't talk, man. They have tech, all the CEOs are Indian, but they were not like that when I was studying tech in 97. Dr. Rabi Mahapacha showed me that. So I have that shame in me. I have that drive also to make sure that, and I think program like TechStack is a solution to help. If you orient people the right way, it's the 80%. Knowing what to do is more important than doing something. People are going to spend 20,000 on a degree. They're going to spend 5,000 on an AWS training. And I'm asking them to spend $100 to discover whether those two things are the right things. That's all. That's all we are doing here. It's just like, before you make this major investment, do you know if it's the right thing? This is a buffet. Stop eating what they throw in the trash. So this is what this TechStart is.
This is brilliant, man. This especially about doing some research before you invest in whatever you want to do. This is a big problem in our community. we don't do enough research, and then we find ourselves losing a lot of money, which at the end of the day is not very good for our financial future.
Mental health. Whoa, the cost. The African, we always look at the dollar amount. The biggest cost is the mental. You see these angry aunties and angry uncles. Somebody working 15 an hour is doing import export. This unfulfilled life can be stopped. If I don't want to talk more about my story, but I'll tell you, I made the lowest money when I went in Africa, but that was the happiest year of my life. Right? Remember,
Right.
whoa, we are in the 400K in California to like
Right.
almost zero. That was the
Right.
happiest year. So I don't think everybody wants to do that, and I don't want them to take this part. My point is, even if you're here, why don't you do this small investment into making sure that this thing you want to do fit into the way your life is, especially when it's available? Because I did not have it when I was doing it. I learned mine when I was in Form 3. But I'm just
Right.
saying it's a small investment for a big impact in your personal, professional life.
Guys, if you're watching this, wherever you are in the US, please enroll in the program. What's the name of the program again? Real quick.
Tech Start by
Tech Start.
Caasitech. Yeah, when they go to Casitech Academy, they will see two buttons. You see career discovery. Just click on that. It's a lot more information. I think I can talk a lot more here, but it's well formatted there, right? When
So please
something
visit the website casitechacademy.com, and you can get more information about the Tech Start orientation program, which is going to help you to choose the right career for you in tech. And for young people who are still in the university, they can use this program in order to find what they would love to do, or what the kind of career they would like to pursue, right?
Yep, definitely. I think it's the young people even have more, right? I told you this story where you look at the high school results of Nigerians, they're always number one, number two. What happens after high school and college? Where do these people disappear to? If you look at managers across tech companies today or in tech positions, you don't see those same Africans, you don't see those Ghanaians, you don't see those Cameroonians that in high school they were top of the class. So is that orientation? Because the Jewish community have what I'm saying, the Asian community, and I can share the link with you after this. All of them have their own form. They have uncles that are already in tech companies talking in like the community on how you should behave in a company. The number one skill in a company is what they call soft skill. It's not even the tech skill. These are all the things we are introducing in Tech Start to give you the secret to success to your brilliant kid, to the brilliant young man that is in a job that knows that they are not fulfilled. They may be making a lot of money paying their mortgage, but they know they are burning out their life. These small tips, I'm bringing partners. It's not just me talking with my experience. There are other Africans that did not have this. They have told me they have jumped on board. They want to talk on the Tuesdays where we are doing the career orientation and talk to whichever group, whether it's a youth, on what they have seen and how they can navigate corporate America to be successful, how they can navigate America to start their own business, how they can navigate America even to go back to Africa, right? So we have all of that to make sure that the African immigrants that are in technology are successful sustainably.
Wow, I'm just speechless, and this is very vital. I remember about 2014, when I just got here, right? I was searching for information online, that will benefit Africans like, oh, there were none like this. But when you go to the African American community, they have different NGOs that are all doing this same orientation.
Yes, school by school.
If you're coming from Cameroon and you move to the US, this is the kind of program that you need that will give you the information to help you to at least get to some level. Otherwise,
you have really touched on something, man. And I don't want to call their name, but they just shared their story with me. I got to Maryland last week. There are couples that were born in Boya. They both grew up in UB, then they came here and get married, and then they now go to therapy, and it's a white woman. And this guy is going back every day telling me that this woman is so good, but he does not understand our culture. This is the same thing with this Tech Start. It's the same thing with this Tech Start. Your counselor that the school has appointed was not thinking of the African immigrant They are American. You are in an American school. These people cannot help you even if they wanted to, because they don't understand one thing: your culture, your background. You have some people like us that are pushing this, and maybe others may start tomorrow. We've gone through 9 African countries. We are the best to tell you, because you are a conflict immigrant. What's a conflict immigrant? You have your own culture, you're entering the US culture, and then you find yourself in the middle. And so when that counselor is telling you in that high school, that colleague, that white supervisor in work is giving you advice on which career, they don't have never eaten fufu. They don't know certain things about your life that they can relate to. They've never been in a country where they see light. 90% of us don't have light. So all these type of things is the value.
Man, you've really touched on so many things. But what is one important thing that you want people to get, like people in the US, the young people and the older people who are going to join this program? What is one thing that you want them to know about this program?
So for any young man and any parent that has a young kid in high school, middle school, my message to them is that your child is brilliant. Give us a chance to make sure that they don't say something in high school and they forget it in their freshman or sophomore year. Give us a chance. All of them are hearing this AI. For the adult, you are already well exposed in the world. You're earning money. You know where the bill help. I'm not asking you to quit your job. I'm saying that while you're working on this job, come and let's work on another way that you will sustainably transfer to. Come and let's work together and show you a career path that fits your person. I cannot tell you. You will tell yourself that career path. I will just create the environment. I will just do what I have been doing for 5 years, the modern workforce methodology. But I'll do it for that adult, and I'll do it with that kid. And I'm working collaboratively with a team of 31 people. So we are all behind anybody that's listening to this. This is a small investment for a big glory. That's our message.
Wow, thank you so much, Aben, for joining us today. For those who don't know Hilaire Aben, he's a tech guru that has worked in one of the Fortune 500 companies, or 6 of them in the US, and he moved back to coach our young generations on different IT fields. So he runs Caasitech Group. Thanks. This is a powerful journey you've taken. You're doing really well. Keep up the good job.
Thank you, Bo. I'll be back. Thank you so much,
Definitely.
man. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank anyone that is watching this. We may not always say the right thing. Please ask questions for clarifications. Ivan will call me. I'll come to the comment and answer. But engage, share this video. I don't need them to register. I just want them to hear that it exists. So thank you, Bo. Let them share the video.
Thank you guys for watching. And again, we're on Iwing Marketplace chit chat. And visit iwingmarketplace.com to learn more about the other business on the platform. And if you're looking for information about Casitech, visit their website, Casitech Academy, and make sure to register. Thanks for watching, and we're out.
Thank you so much. Bye.